Well, for some analysis of that story, we can cross to our chief foreign editor, Rob Parsons. Rob, tell us, what sort of message is the EU sending with the winners of this year's prize?
Well, nothing very concrete, of course. It has to be stressed, first of all, this is moral support more than anything else. It'll be a shot in the arm for the opposition movement, and they need all the help that they can get at the moment because the oppression inside Belarus continues to be very intense. David Sassoli, the president of the European Parliament, pretty much summed it up when he said, look, you've got something on your side that brute force can never break, and that is the truth. Stay strong, he said. We are by your side. Well, morally speaking, that's true. The European Union is giving support to the opposition in Belarus. We've seen that with this award. And to some extent, they're giving economic support as well, in the sense that they have started to introduce sanctions, 2 rounds already of sanctions against figures inside the Belarus government and supporters of the Belarus government. 50 of them, including Alexander Lukashenko and his son, are now more to be introduced today. Another 29 people to be targeted in 7 firms and organizations. Bans on travel to the European Union, freezing of assets. Again, obviously in Belarus, the opposition would like more than that. And indeed, Sviatlana Tikhanovskaya herself said today, we call on Europe to be braver. That's what they're looking for. They're asking for the European Union just to go a little bit further than they've gone so far and give them a bit more support. In the European Union, of course, they're struggling to know exactly how to do it, how they can influence the course of the struggle between the government and the opposition without appearing to be interfering excessively inside Belarus's affairs.
So moral support there, which could translate into quite material effects in Belarus. But what do you think the consequences of this European show of support for the opposition are going to be in Minsk? What will their reaction be?
Well, the consequences will be slim, I would say, to start with. I don't think anybody's expecting that this is going to have a transformatory effect on the course of this struggle, which has been going on now since the election on August the 9th, which most people have described as fraudulent. The demonstrations, some of them massive, have been going on since then. Just this weekend, thousands of people across the country were demonstrating. 300 of them were arrested and detained. 30,000 people, more than 30,000 people, have been arrested and detained since those elections in August. And nobody is expecting that as a consequence of this, something is going to change dramatically. But this is a battle which is really for hearts and minds, not just of the ordinary people in Belarus, but for people who are closely associated with the government as well, including the police. The police, which in Belarus have become the coercive arm of the state, have been accused of the most appalling brutality, images that have been seen all around the world. And the question must be, as the pressure grows, both from within Belarus and outside, how much pressure can the police itself withstand? The Belarusian police are not separate from Belarusian society. They're part and parcel of it. On Tuesday, an 87-year-old woman called Elizaveta Bursova went on trial for hanging an opposition flag from her balcony, the white, red and white flag of the opposition alternative national flag. That is how desperate the government has become. And it tells you just how extensive support is in Belarus for the opposition. It's old people, it's young people, it's rich and poor, intellectuals and workers. It's such a wide movement that the police are beginning to be affected by this. We've had cases of defections from the police, people in the police force leaving for other countries. That, I think, is what this is about. It's a long-term struggle. It's not going to change anything overnight. But as the pressure begins to get stronger, the more difficult it will be, at least this is what the opposition hopes, for Alexander Lukashenko to withstand the pressure.
Thank you very much. That's Rob Parsons, our Chief Foreign Affairs Editor, reporting for us on the award of the Sakharov Prize. Well,